Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com with my fancy Target brand bag of empties. Last year in 2021, I asked you guys if you preferred an empties video or a fails and faves video on a monthly basis. A lot of you wanted fails and faves, but a lot of you still like the empties, so I'll still be doing the empties ones every once in a while, just not every month. However, I'm filming one today because I honestly ran out of room under my sink where I keep my empties and I really need to clear that out. These are in no particular order. I'll try to put links in the description box, but there are quite a few things. Number one is actually one of my favorite cleansing balms. It's the Mary and May Vitamin B, C, and E Cleansing Balm. I've talked about it in I think other videos before, but it's just a wonderful balm, smelled great and really good. Do keep your eyes closed though while you're using it on your eyes and rinsing it. I think most people would, but I have kind of halfway opened them a couple times and then it could potentially sting your eyes a little bit. But if you just keep them shut the whole time that you're working on the eye area, then it's not a problem. This is an awesome cream by 107. They make skincare with aged vinegar in it, which has a lot of different benefits, but this is just a wonderful, nourishing cream. It's on the spendy side for 1.7 ounces, but it actually lasted me a very long time because it is so rich. It only takes a little bit for each application. And I remember when I got this and I did the unboxing reel for Instagram, and I slathered a bit, well, a little too much actually, on my arm, and I regretted wasting that. I rubbed it in, but then my arm was soft for a couple of days after, so it just really works. I have combination skin, but especially if you have dry skin, definitely give it a go because it's just fantastic. This is Phykology 5 hyaluronic acid serum. I would get it closer to the lens, but every time it just blows it out with white and you can't see what it is. Phykology was a new to me brand when I got it. Bemused Korea sent it to me, and I had this, I think a bubble mask, a cream, and a toner, and everything's really good. It's made with some marine products in it and kind of tries to be like La Mer without that price tag, and I've never tried La Mer, so it's not like I can compare, but it was really good. One of the best probably hyaluronic serums that I've tried. Really lovely texture, nicely thick, and it also really worked well for using microcurrent devices if you like those, like Pore or NuFace. It works well as a base for doing your microcurrent massage. This was such a beautiful product. I'm not going to lie, I got it for the packaging. This is Missha Brilliance Oil in Cream. Yeah, Brilliance Oil and Cream from the Tonight series. It was so fantastic, and it had this pearlescent shimmer to it, and it was liquid, which is interesting because some people who bought it, theirs wasn't as liquid as mine, and I don't know if it's just because of the shipping temperature differences or what happened. Some other people had it more liquid. It was almost like a serum. I could dip my fingers in it and it would drip off, but it was easy to apply, spread really well, made my skin really soft and smooth. I used a little bit on my legs too because they were just getting really dry. So I've learned over the years not to get too stingy with my body care. I used to only use whatever didn't work on my face there, but now I'm a little more intentional because body skin ages as well, and I kind of want to preserve as much of its youthful appearance as I can. A totally awesome serum from Axis Y. This is the Glow Serum. It's made with niacinamide. Kind of an interesting packaging choice here. It's a tube but has a pump bottle. Just a really good niacinamide serum. I'll put a review link in the description box so you can read more about all of this. I have so many empties here that if I spent even like 2 minutes per empty, we're going to be here forever. For hair care, I have this Beyond Scalp Scrub. Good exfoliator to use a couple times a week before shampooing, and it really made my hair more clean, or my scalp more clean, and I feel like it also gave me a bit more volume, maybe because the hair wasn't weighed down by buildup. So definitely try that. Not a bad product at all. I'm from Fig Boosting Essence. I love that it comes in glass. It's a good hydrating product. Beyond that, it's not mind-blowing. I'm from makes better essences, like their mugwort essence, for example, but it's still very good for some hydration. And the Fig line, for a lot of the people, was a fail, but I actually liked it, especially their cleansing balm, and the essence was not bad also. Another I'm From products, they're Soothing Pear pads. I use these in the morning. I don't cleanse my face in the morning, but I like to wipe it off with some sort of toner pad as just a quick toner slash a bit of a cleanse step, because if there's something left still from the night skincare routine, the pad will take that off and also hydrate the skin a bit. So I went through these not too quickly, but in a good amount of time, because I used them pretty much daily until they were gone, and I have nothing bad to say about them. One of controversial, or not controversial, but polarizing skincare products, the Cosrx Snail Cream. It has a very interesting, goopy, kind of snotty texture. If you dip your hand in it and then pull the fingers up, it'll actually kind of extend these little tendrils of cream. It's very slimy feeling, but it works really well. And shout out to Ju Chow from 50 Shades of Snail. She turned me on to using this as an eye cream, and it's a great eye product. It's just really good. You have to get past the texture a bit, and then some people who have dry skin say that this is not enough moisture for them. It's not enough just by itself, so they sometimes would use it before a heavier, more occlusive product. Some by Me Cica Peptide Hair Loss Spray, or it's a spray for the scalp. I will say, if you're experiencing sudden dramatic hair loss, if you're starting to get bald patches or anything like that, definitely go see a doctor, do some blood work, etc., because there could be some underlying health problems. This does make your scalp feel refreshed. It did seem to extend the cleanliness for me a little bit longer. Like, my scalp wasn't getting oily as quickly, and I'm not noticing any sort of mind-blowing hair growth or anything like that, but I do think that I was shedding hair a little bit less when using this. One of my favorite exfoliators, and I'm sadly out of it, the Glow Recipe Watermelon Toner. Smelled wonderful like watermelon, had a slightly thicker than water texture, worked really well on the sebaceous filaments, things that people often call blackheads right around the nose area and sometimes on the chin that aren't really blackheads. And if you don't know the difference, a blackhead is a clogged pore, and if you were to get rid of it, dislodge it, squeeze it, I'm not recommending you do, but let's say you extracted it or had a professional extract it, they typically don't come back. Sebaceous filaments are a normal part of the skin. It's a healthy part of skin functionality. Everybody has them, and it's these little dots. And if you were to squeeze them, which I also don't recommend, the very next day they're going to come back. They sometimes appear dark because the top layer of them oxidizes, or sometimes it does get some sort of dirt, debris on it, whatever. But a good way, better way than to squeeze them or use pore strips to address them is to use something with BHA, because this can actually help your skin not produce so much sebum and kind of keep them cleaner and make them appear a little bit smaller. And I would say from personal experience, it really works well. Obviously, this product has a lot of fragrance in it, which I didn't mind, but maybe some of the sensitive skin people wouldn't appreciate it so much, but I really loved it. Another pore product, and I'm sorry it's so dirty, but this is Isntree Clay Mask. And it can immediately make your pores look a bit smaller, just because clay can absorb some impurities that it is in direct contact with. It's not going to pull anything out of your pores, it's not a vacuum, but if you put it on top of sebaceous filaments, it will absorb some of that gunk. And this has mugwort in it, so an added soothing benefit. I've had 3 tubes of this. I think this was my first tube. I have another one that I'm currently using, then I have a third one somewhere. So I've had this product quite a bit, and I really enjoy it. A couple 9 Wishes products, which was a new brand to me, introduced to me by Ocean Skin. It's a Korean store. This is the 9 Wishes Ampule Toner and the 9 Wishes Hydra Ampule Serum. I don't know why this brand just meshes things together for product names. Like, can we just call it toner? Can it be just a toner, not an ampule toner? Can this just be a serum? Why is it an ampule serum? But okay, whatever. This was really good. Has a texture similar to Klairs Unscented Supple Preparation Toner that everybody likes so much. And then this was also very good. A nice hydrating, nourishing serum. Both of these were great for my combination skin when it was fall and winter. I really enjoyed them. Actually, would definitely recommend that you check them out. They also make a cream, which wasn't bad, but didn't wow me as much as these two. This product by Wish Trend is similar to the 9 Wishes Ampule, but it's a little bit thinner in texture. Also really like it, and it was blue. I think from the malachite extract in the ingredients, which made it a little extra fun to use. A couple Klairs products. Funny story about this one. So this cream received a facelift last year, or maybe at the end of 2020. They repackaged it. And then some people say that the formulation also changed. So it used to come in this tube, and then now it comes in a metal tube. And I've had this in this tube a few years ago, and it's good. It's a good cream, especially for winter. So I requested this for review, hoping to get the new one, and I got the old one. So, but that's okay. I used it up actually pretty quickly because my skin was freaking out, including on my arms and legs. So I ended up using it as a bit of a extra TLC body moisturizer too, but it works really well. It's a good cream if you are struggling with dry winter skin. And then this one is absolutely amazing. This is the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream, and some people will say it's not moisturizing enough if they have dry skin. It can be used as a spot treatment if you're irritated, but for my skin, it's a combination. This is enough of a moisturizer if I'm not feeling super dry, but it's very good, soothing and calming, and it gets rid of redness basically overnight, which I really like. My skin isn't sensitive, but it can be reactive, meaning that if I touch it too hard or I scratch an itch or something like that, I get red easily, and it's very noticeable because of how fair I am. So products like this are really good, and I've actually never had a cream quite like this, so this is like the only thing of its kind that I've ever owned, and I really enjoyed it. Oh yeah, here's the Phykology toner that I mentioned when I talked about the serum. Apparently I finished this as well. I've been collecting the empties for a few months now, so it's not like everything in here was finished yesterday, so some of it I don't even remember apparently. This little guy had an unfortunate packaging mishap. This is Dr. Different VITAACNAL cream. It has retinol in it, which is a type of retinoid, and somehow the whole top of it, this used to have a nozzle dispenser like eye creams do, the whole top of it just broke off and cream started to come out of it. And when I posted about it on Instagram, well, first of all, the brand never ever reacted to it at all, which is interesting. And then second, one person said, oh yeah, people say that happens, so I'm very careful with mine. So I think it's some sort of packaging design flaw, but as far as the product, it's actually really good. It's a retinoid, so it has some anti-aging benefits, but it also is specifically targeted for people who struggle with acne. Just a few more things. We're making good progress. My toddler has something to contribute. I don't know if you can tell. This is a wonderful cleanser by Wishtrend. It is slightly acidic, very gentle, but it really makes my skin so smooth and glowy because it very gently removes dead skin cell buildup. And if you're somebody who likes to cleanse in the morning, I think this would be a really, really good morning cleanser. I don't wash my face in the morning, but this was good as a second cleanser as well, and I'm all out of it. The iconic Rovectin water cream. I was kind of wondering if it was a hype, but no, it's actually really, really good, and I already have a second bottle of it ready to go. I love the little stickers and decorating it. This is a good morning product, even if you have combination or oily skin, because it's very light. You can definitely use it in the evening as well. But for somebody with dry skin, it might not be enough of a moisturizer for evening time, but for morning, for me, it was fantastic. I'm finally out of the Clavu mask, and I don't say finally because I wanted to be out of it, but it just seemed to last me a very long time. I like to call it my mermaid mask because it always made me feel like a mermaid. It has pearl extract in it and had this wonderful, beautiful, glowy appearance to it. It made my skin so, so soft and smooth. Just a great wash-off mask. I would definitely use it again if I had it again. Super well-known Missha First Treatment Essence. They keep making new or improved versions of it. This one is called the First Essence 5X. I use this pretty much every day right after cleansing until I was out. I really enjoy this product. The texture, I've heard some people refer to it as dry water, and it's perfect description for that because it's liquid like water, but it just doesn't feel like water. I don't know how to explain it. It's a great first step product. I know it's called an essence, but because it's a first treatment essence, it actually goes right after cleanser, even before any of your toners. I do have a detailed video on how to layer your skincare, including confusingly named things and retinoids and stuff like that. So definitely check that out if you are confused about how to layer stuff. Then I have this Sulwhasoo First Care Activating Serum. This is not the size that it normally comes in. This is like a PR sample 1 ounce size, but it usually is sold in much bigger bottles. This was so good and so expensive. I got it for free, but I'm not sure I would run out and buy it with my own money. It is really good. There are other products with ginseng that I enjoy as well that are a little bit cheaper. Like I'm From has a ginseng serum that is good, but this was definitely wonderful and very luxurious to use, and the whole herbal scent of it adds to the experience too. So I can definitely see why people are big fans of Suasu products. I'm not sure that I would, like I said, go spend my own hard-earned money on it, but maybe if I were a little bit richer, I would. I don't know. My one lonely Japanese product in all of this, the DHC lip cream. I love this. I use this down to the nub. Like, this is all that is left in it. It is probably the best lip balm I've ever had. I kept reaching for it. It's the perfect diameter for easy and comfortable application. Just made my skin, my lips, I guess, so soft and smooth and hydrated. I loved it, and I'm a little bit tempted actually to go dig up like the rest of it with maybe a Q-tip or something and apply it, or with my fingers. I don't know. I don't want to waste any of it. I want this again immediately. It is so good. Totally deserves all the hype that it got. And last but not least, very popular Haru Haru Black Rice Wonder Cream. It looks like this. Raise your hand if you never knew this was inspired by a grain of rice. This is award-winning packaging, and it's meant to look like a grain of rice, including this little part that little rice grains have. Isn't that cool? So let's start with the cream. The cream was really good. Strongly scented like lavender. I don't mind that. Some people have a problem with it. Maybe they'll make an unscented version, I don't know. They make a toner that is very popular, and they did release an unscented version of that, so maybe not out of the realm of possibilities for an unscented cream. But the packaging, so super pretty. I love it. They call it Instagram worthy, which I can totally see why. Definitely looks good enough for Instagram. Very interesting. And it has a nozzle inside like this. So at first, no big deal. You squeeze it, and then as you got closer to it being out, squeezing it became harder and harder because the outer shell is well made, but it's hard plastic and it's hard to squeeze. And I'm actually not sure how much cream got left behind in there. And because this is hard plastic, I am not going to try and cut through it, because knowing me, I'm going to take a finger off or two. So yeah, and then another thing is you can't really stand it up anywhere. You can try to tuck it in maybe like a makeup organizer, but it doesn't stand up. You can sort of lean it. It tends to fall and roll, and you can store it flat, but then that's, if you're a skincare fanatic like myself and you have way more stuff than you have space for, this is not the best storage solution to have it flat like that. So I don't know, I ended up keeping it in my makeup drawer, which was not ideal because then I would forget that I had it. But anyway, good product, pretty packaging, interesting packaging, but not the most functional packaging. I wish inside of this, and I don't know how hard it would be to implement or how expensive it would be, but I wish that it had a lid like this that you could take off, and then inside would be a pump, like an airless pump that would get all of that product out. That would be amazing. Don't thank me, Haru Haru. You're welcome. You can have the idea for free. No royalties needed. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you think about Empties videos, if you enjoy them. It's kind of like a rapid fire review, but I personally like to watch content creators do their Empties videos because I want to see what they actually use up, because we try a lot of stuff and we don't use up a lot of it. A lot of it gets donated, given away to friends and family. Some people don't even open all of their PR. I still am in the spot where I try to use all of the PR and review it. It's getting to a point where I might not be able to. I've been focusing more on paid work because there's just one me and one face and a lot of PR. And bigger creators definitely don't open everything they receive. So I always like to see what people actually end up using and using all the way up. So thank you very much for joining me. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics, and of course here on YouTube. I will see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much.